Show today. David in California, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can.
Well, I was going to try to see if I could clarify a point from earlier. I actually called into the Heathens and talked to them last week, but it's a point of skepticism, actually, a point that somebody had brought up earlier. And that is if we were to be skeptics, the question arises, well, then what is the method of skepticism? And oftentimes I think that we default to it's a form of rational doubt. I don't know if you would agree with that, but we adopt that as a principle. Would that be accurate so far?
I'm not necessarily objecting to that. The point that I want to make is that when we're talking about skepticism, there is an ideology of skepticism, which is I would like to believe as many true things and as few false things as possible. And then there is the how do we go about achieving that? Mm-hmm. And that is we find the best methods of doing that, and the methods are tested. Right. So by and large, modern scientific skepticism relies on scientific methods because they have demonstrated that they are the single most consistently reliable method of accurately understanding reality.
Right.
But if somebody comes up with a new method that demonstrates a better way, then that would be what skepticism would use.
Oh yeah, no, we're on the same page there, absolutely. But there's an interesting philosophical problem here that actually dates back to the pre-Socratics a long time ago, and it's the problem that was addressed by Pyrrho and his school of skepticism.
Being skeptical of skepticism.
Actually, yeah, because actually, and this is not only found in this school, but it is also found in the East. There's skeptical forms of Buddhism that do the same thing. Same thing in Vedanta.
Yeah, the ancient Greek skeptics is a completely different type of skepticism than what we're talking about now. And so,
absolutely.
If you summarize modern skepticism, it's about hey, let's find the best methods that are most accurate so that our internal model matches reality. And there's the skepticism of skepticism doesn't really apply to that. I mean, you can be skeptical of it, but what's the alternative?
Well, I'm not so. Well, hold on just a second here. I'm not so sure that those things are not totally disconnected from each other. And here's the reason why.
Okay.
It's precisely for the reasons that you just underscored. And that is that what we're really talking about here is that we're looking for faithfulness, a type of fidelity of experience and phenomenon that is actually something that can be replicated. So when it comes right down to it, science is actually a subdivision of an ethical stance. And that ethical stance is governed principally by a certain subjective sense of what is honest.
No, it's not.
And now honesty, well, hold on just a second. I'm almost done here. Honesty is an ethical position that in and of itself, as a principle, is not something that is testable, is not subject to any kind of epistemic stance.
So you're way the fuck out in left field.
I remember David now.
I think so.
There's nothing here. So the fact that you can tie something to another concept that is ethical doesn't mean that the foundation of what we're talking about is ethical. The foundation of science is the inquisitive exploration and discovery of as much truth about the universe as we can. There's nothing in there about ethics or honesty. It is, let me find out what the truth is, whether it's good or otherwise.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's an ethical position.
No, it's not.